I want to have an impact and I want to teach. Just thinking about, the last couple of years of my life and everything like that too. Obviously I had school in there, but for the most part, work-wise, I was a sales manager. I did this out of Brooklyn, New York for the most part, though I worked and lived abroad as well too, in France and in Argentina. Really good experiences, but it's just, this isn't what I wanted to do long-term. In fact, I got to a point where I was good at it in the beginning. I kind of had to do it to put food on the table when I was a younger person, so to speak, in my early 20s. It was a good thing at the time. I wasn't in school, but you just get to a point where you're like, I'm not using my degree. I'm not having a real positive impact upon anybody. Money wasn't bad, but I wasn't happy. And it kind of led to, me just like needing to exit that world. I was like, you know what, like, we're done with this world. I want to have an impact and I want to teach. As there's multiple teachers in my family, it's something that pertains a little bit more to my degree. In any sales environment I've been to, my strongest thing has always been being an educator, whether that's an educator on products, whether that's training new employees as well too. So this is just one of the aspects that I've loved. I've always loved it in an academic sense. I was such a nerd. I loved school. I'm a big believer in driving outcomes as well too. And I thought this could be a real cool change. And obviously we wanted to do it the right way. So I put a lot of research into who I was going to do that with. This is kind of that process of moving towards EBC and then moving towards a career in teaching as well too. I do see the value in investing in oneself or investing in something that I know I'll be good at long-term as well too. I think cheap intentions lead to cheap outcomes. But this is something that we had in the sales world too, but I think it completely applies here as well. And I think it is to say, look, I've already lived abroad, right? I know what it looks like. I've worked abroad. However, that's not the biggest thing for me. I'm looking to do something different. And it's not to say that this is what every teacher that's looking to relocate is doing necessarily, but from my experience, I've certainly seen a lot of people that are focusing less on the people that they're going to deliver an impact for, or probably not in their case, and more on the vacation aspect of it. Not something I agree with. If I am going to teach, I want to deliver the best impact. I have multiple teachers in my family. I am in many ways a type B personality, but also a type A personality. I've been a coach. I know what it takes to get people across the line. And it's just something that I feel better about, right? And if this is something that you feel good about, why wouldn't you want to be the best that you can be at that, right? This isn't something I want to do for a year and, have 6 months in some school in some remote part of the world and say, you know what, this isn't for me anymore. I want to move up in this world. I want to maybe be a head teacher, be a principal, whatever that looks like, just drive my career forward. But really have a solid starting point, which, by the way, I already have work 2.5 weeks after taking this course. That was actually really easy. And I can tell you one thing, as soon as I came into that interview, I was speaking the language of EBC. I was speaking the language of TEFL. The guy was kind of taken aback. He was like, if I say the word ICQ, are you gonna, yeah, that's fine. And it was at that point I knew, I was like, yeah, that investing in the self process has been taking me, I feel like, 10 times farther than people that would have taken one of those cowboy courses, so to speak, as well too. So obviously what you get out of it is going to be internal, but there's also external rewards of doing it the right way as well too, and just being prepared that way, getting those jobs quicker off the bat. Yeah, that's what we want.